Great. And for our last project, I'm going to introduce the project. Dr. Zihao Kang, who's become a great friend of our center, he is actually at a conference. You met Dr. Randa Shihab earlier, who works with him. But for this project, it was one of our initial projects in our proposal that was proposed to the FAA about the capacity of our team. You'll see that it's related to eye tracking. Think about it, visual search patterns of both pilots and air traffic controllers. So Dr. Kang has done a lot of research. He measures both novice and expert eye tracking when they're performing their professional job. So how does your visual pattern impact what you do as a pilot or air traffic controller? And what you can do when you measure the difference between the expert and the novice is you can take the expert, their eye tracking, especially with air traffic controllers and the visual search patterns to do their jobs, you can see by their eyes the strategies they've learned to use to do their job better. And then when you track what a novice does, then you can see the gaps in somebody new. Their eyes or their mind maybe won't be as quick as a seasoned professional in how they complete their job. And on the back end, what you can do is you can improve the training by knowing where naturally, if you're doing this and collecting data with a bunch of people in a focus group or a beta test site, you'll be able to see common trends in the gaps in the novice students and how they need to learn better, what they do to do their job. So for the research team, we're very lucky again to have Dr. Zihao Kang out of our engineering school in industrial and systems engineering. He's going to be working with Dr. John Dyer, who has been a long-term researcher of the FAA as well. He's helped work with Dr. John Fagan, who is a part of our team, and some of the flight patterns and different things they've done with the FAA to help improve the customer and what they need in those areas. We also have Steve West from our air traffic program. Again, Steve has been lucky to serve on the ARAC committee for AT Basics training. That's where he is in DC with our counterpart at Embry-Riddle, Sid McGurk. And I'll talk about that a little bit at the end, but that's some future research areas they're already working on with the committee. In addition, this project is really lucky to work with FAA CAMI. I think some of you in the room have worked with CAMI before. This research is in the Human Factors area, and they've spent a lot of time, the researchers, working with CAMI already and the work that they do. So again, on our team from the OU engineering side, we've got relationships with CAMI both in brain analytics with Dr. Lei Ding and then the visual eye search patterns that Dr. Kang has done. You'll see the deliverables. They're going to do an experiment, complete an analysis. They're going to be able to use help from, again, our research sites to work with volunteer students to kind of work with what they're doing, as well as, again, industry partners. If the FAA approves, that would come up, I would believe, with CNI sites, RVA, CI squared, current professionals. You know, we've got to do that novice versus expert tracking and data collection to then be able to present some improvements to training for the FAA and future strategies for training candidates. It's a 14-month project with the FAA Air Traffic Organization. So that wraps up. I mean, we're doing a lot of great things. I'd like to invite Dr. Pappas up to just come kind of close the remarks. The rest of the day is for lunch and networking, so it's just very organic. I wanted to give you time like last night. You've heard about the project, so you can kind of move around tables and ask questions and get to know each other. You'll be starting to work with your project sponsors in the next week or so and getting your teams together. Any industry monitors and reviewers and support we have will be connected with your projects, and we'll do those kickoffs per project with you. So if he can come back to the podium, we'll end the remarks for the day and then go to an informal networking session.